The stoner legend Snoop Dogg has been the king of the music industry for more than 20 years now. He's not going to be turned down by the rising stars, neither in music nor in wealth. He is one of the highest paid rappers, and one of his unbeatable traits is not just his rapping, but also his spending. If he knows how to earn, he knows how to burn. We mean spend as well, of course. From his lucrative pendants, diamond grills, expensive cars, and real estate portfolio, the king really knows what's good. This wealthy rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and actor has amassed a jaw-dropping net worth of $150 million, allowing him to shell out big coin for just about everything his heart desires. But apart from how much he works and earns, here in this video we ask, how does Snoop Dogg spend his millions? That's right, we are going to look at the spending habits on some of his most lucrative purchases in detail. Because what's more exciting than how rich people earn is how they spend. Can they maintain their exotic lifestyle, or will they go belly up? But before we get started, please give us a big thumbs up if you are a Snoop Dogg fan. Hit the subscribe button to join our family and hit that bell notification to all so you never miss a video from us. Let's jump right into it. Who is Snoop Dogg? Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., known more commonly as Snoop Dogg, started his career in 1992 when he first appeared on Dr. Dre's debut single and debut album. Calvin was born in California and lived with his mother and stepfather for many years, where he would be given the nickname Snoopy by his family, something that just simply stuck over the years. Snoop Dogg started rapping in 6th grade, obviously not as good as he does now, but an essential stepping stone to where he is today. As a teenager, Snoopy became a member of the notorious Crips gang, which made him spend some of his teenage days in prison, where he clearly picked up some of that thug life. After realizing prison wasn't for him, he started making some tracks with Nate Dogg and Little Half Dead. It wasn't until '92 when he got lucky after his mixtape reached Dr. Dre's hands. Dre found Snoop to be very talented and was impressed by the rap he had heard. Good news for the dog. So Snoop was invited for an audition, and after the first meeting, Dr. Dre would become Snoop's mentor. Dre would teach him ways to improve in order for him to launch into stardom. The same year, he was able to launch his album, The Chronic, a collaboration with Dre. After that, his Doggy Style album was a great success, which made him start his actual journey toward the millions that he has today. To date, Snoop has had such enormous success, selling over 35 million albums worldwide and falls among the world's richest rappers list. Who hasn't heard of Snoop, right? But how exactly does one spend $150 million? Don't worry, this well-heeled man in wealth not only invests and saves his money to make more, but he also knows how to spend it. Most of his money goes into buying massive mansions, while a smaller pile of money goes into buying expensive cars. You know, the common things that the rich and famous tend to do. Snoop has an impressive 25 cars in his collections, most of them being customly designed classic cars that make his collection truly unique. Inside Snoop's garage. One of the coolest things in his garage includes a Polaris slingshot, also called the Batmobile, which is a 3-wheeled motorcycle that was first introduced to the market in 2014. Not too many high-profile names that have this kind of sweet ride. To add to the glam, Snoop had this autocycle fully customized, adding a blinking purple and blue dashboard pimped out with a chrome blue paint job. Only $26,000 for this toy. Next on his list is a sleek Ferrari 458 Italia, worth a blistering $314,000. This is matched with an equally expensive Rolls-Royce Ghost, valued at $312,000, which totally matches his style. This thing is super ghetto looking, for all the times you gotta hit the paparazzi when you got a GTFO type scenarios. Next, we have two rides valued at $50,000 a pop, the 1966 Pontiac Parisian convertible and the 1968 Buick Riviera. Pretty standard rides, but oh so pimpin'. He owns a sleek Tesla Model X at $80,000 and some other cars such as the 1967 Pontiac Verizon convertible, a 1967 Cadillac, a 1974 Cadillac Snoop DeVille lowrider, Derule, a 1968 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, a 1968 Buick Riviera, a 2011 Ford Mustang GT, and a Dodge Challenger SRT8. Now tell us, what other high profiler has this sort of gangsta garage? He seems to have gone a little bit off the beaten path with these sweet rides. With an annual income of about $12 to $17 million per year, he can get whatever he really wants. While cars seem to be one thing, what about his houses? What about his blingy chains and grills? Well, you'll have to stay tuned until the end, as that's all yet to come. For now, please smash up that thumbs icon like there's no tomorrow, as things are about to get even more pimpin'. Snoop's real estate. Cars are not the only thing the king of weed likes to buy and hotbox. The rapper also owns some pretty expensive real estate. While he is very open with fans about his cars, he only shares a small secretive glimpse of his real estate portfolio. Snoop purchased his first big mansion in Claremont, California, 2 years after his debut in 1992 when he was discovered. This home is an impressive 3,700 square feet in size that he had extended to a whopping almost double 6,527 square feet. The house was the first one that was featured on MTV Cribs and is situated only a few miles east of LA. 8 bedrooms, theater, pool, fireplaces, tennis court, and even a recording studio can all be found on this comfortable property. Sadly, the house was sold in 2007, but put a big cheeky smile on his face, having earned $2 million off of it. Imagine the amount of blunts that you could afford with that. In 1998, Snoop bought another house valued today at $1.7 million in the lucrative upscale city of Diamond Bar, California. The house, being a massive 4,000 square feet, certainly allows him to stretch his legs and enjoy the great outdoors in his 2.8-acre land that supplements the property. This modest house has 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Aerial view has only ever been given on this property, as the dog has never allowed footage to be taken inside or around his house. We told you he's a pretty private guy. Must be all of those drogas stashed inside. Living comfortably behind a very high-security gated community, Snoop enjoys his own swimming pool, gazebo, basketball court, plenty of palm trees, and of course, a basketball court for when he is or isn't stoned. Snoop loves Diamond Bar, California so much so that a few years later he bought another 3-bedroom crib a few minutes down the road. Instead of living there, he decided to transform this one into a fully functioning recording studio, appropriately calling it The Church. Very lit. To rock up to this place, though, you must be able to, of course, park your XCS cars. Luckily so, he has an enormous parking lot area for him to keep some of those classy cars that we mentioned earlier. Need a game room as well? Check. Need another basketball court? Check. Oh, and adding to this, he has 3 recording studios in this house, not just one. Our bad. Next, if you were ever around the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, you're again close to Snoop's territory, as he bought another house in early 2022 here. Shelling out a modest $1.29 million, Snoop purchased a property that was established in 1948 that combined 2 residences to make a grand masterpiece of a house with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I guess he likes to own several properties rather than owning a house with, say, 20 to 30 bedrooms like some of the other high-profilers out there. These were some of his major real estate expenses, but now let's talk about some exceptional things Snoop knows how to spend money. Snoop spends big on? In one of the episodes of Howard Stern's show, Snoop Dogg and Seth Rogen were invited as guests. Seth Rogen painted us a scene of Snoop spending. Seth said that Snoop has a full-time blunt roller on staff. See, this is why his properties are so heavily secret and guarded. Maybe most of his rooms are used to grow the wacky tobacco. What do you mean, a man who rolls your blunts? Howard asked. I've hung out with Snoop, and there's like a guy whose job it is to roll blunts, Seth laughed. He rolls them and he passes them to him. She added, the blunt roller knows how to gauge the look on someone's face when it seems like they want a blunt, and if they do, he gives you one. Snoop pays this guy $40,000 to $50,000 a year. Not too shabby. We wonder what sort of resume this guy dropped off, let alone the job posting. Hilarious! This reminds us of Snoop saying, if it's flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, be the best hamburger flipper in the world. He surely meant it. We are certain that the blunt roller is highly qualified and knows all the tricks of the trade, so Snoop can continue to get his hourly dose of inspiration. With more than 18 blunts a day, he certainly needs only the best of the best. Snoop also owns some pretty cool bling that we all know he carries around his neck. He owns a Death Row Records pendant valued at $15,000. He owns a cold pendant and Cuban chains valued at a reported $100,000 to $150,000. Holy jewelry! And if this is not enough, he also owns diamond grills valued at between $300,000 to $400,000. Ladies, your collection of jewelry has been outstaged. That pretty much sums it up for today, guys. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up if you didn't already do so. To get more videos from us, please subscribe and hit the bell notification to all. Do share this video with your stoner friends, and make sure to comment below on some of your craziest high times. We want to know. Until next time, bye for now.